of their sons and how being a basketball mother has impacted their lives. Together, the moms support each other as I notice that we are all different, but at the same time, we're all the same. I say that because our experience that we all went through with our kids may have differed a little bit, but it was all to get to the same goal, which was getting our kids to play basketball at a professional level. I look forward to introducing more mothers and sons and daughters throughout the years to come. I also want to talk about 2020. It has been quite the year to date. This global pandemic that we are all currently experiencing is something that no one in their wildest dreams could have imagined. One item I like to talk about is the return of the NBA. It is slated to start July 31st. Training camps have already started. However, in my opinion, it's a bit controversial. Right now, Florida is experiencing an influx of the virus. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. We have players that will be reporting to Florida within the next few days. How will that work for social distancing? How will that work for their testing for the virus? How will that work for them interacting within each other? We all know that there have been some protocols that have been in place to keep everybody safe. But as a mother, I still fear for my son. My son lives in Orlando. He plays with the Magic. He's living in Florida, obviously, where all this is happening. And now he's going to be amongst other people that are coming from other cities. At this point, all we can do is pray and hope for the best. The world has changed as we knew it to be. There's so many different things going on, so many variables, and we have all been tested. Another matter that's near and dear to my heart is Black Lives Matter. This is so close to me as a Black woman, a mother with two young Black men. I'm a proud mother of two boys. Dondre, who is an inspiring young man who is destined to do wonderful things, whether it be with his awesome athletic abilities through football or for his career in e-commerce, which he's working on now. I have another son who I just mentioned is Kim, who's playing with the Orlando Magic. My boys, although they're doing wonderful and great things with their lives, they have been viewed differently from the day they were born. The public sees them differently. The public treats them differently. The public has stereotyped them as differently. However, unbeknownst to them, my kids were raised in Montreal, Quebec. Racism, it exists there. However, it was usually French versus English. Yes, Black men had a lot of issues in Montreal. However, my kids have never experienced racism as such a high impact. So now what's happening around the world is really traumatizing for my kids and for me as a mother. I think I fear it more than they do, but at the end of the day, it's still something that I'm afraid. I'm afraid that my kids now, especially now that this whole movement is more adamant than it was before, I fear that people could just attack my kids just because they're Black men. They could be walking down the street minding their business, driving. My kids drive nice cars, not because they sell drugs, because they're stereotyped that way, just because they worked hard. My son plays for Orlando Magic. He has a great salary. My other son works and he's making money. And they decided to buy themselves nice things. But yet, when people look at them, they call them names. When people see them, they see them differently compared to another race or another man or woman who bought the same exact car. I have a naughty. I have been stopped just because